Hello, welcome. It's Jean with Captain Stitches. Welcome, welcome. It is Sunday, so it is time for my week in review. So come on into the Stitching Cottage and let me show you what I have been doing this past week and what I have accomplished. So first of all, I did do the block of the week that I am in, and the name of this block is Autumn Puzzle. But I wanted it in these colors, so I'm going to call mine Spring Puzzle or Summer Puzzle. But this is a very fun block, and you can see that by using the background color in a little darker shade that it shows up like spools of thread. So that is the first thing that I was able to get done this past week. And then not we, but myself, oops, the other one's gonna fall down here, gonna slide that up a little farther. I got the kit and pattern for Stephanie's Stitches Autumn project, which is Harvest Stars, and I did get the entire quilt completed. On that, I think it measures 60 inches by 60 inches something, but this is that quilt. Beautiful fabrics in there. So that is that one. I'll show one of the other stars down here also in the colorway. So I did get that completed as well. It is ready to go back in with the stack of the other quilts that I have waiting to be quilted, and then it will be totally finished. Then I also, as you saw last week, I was able to complete section 1 of my Long Time Gone. I have to say, okay, this way. And this week I was able to get sections 2, 3, and 4 completed. So the first side of Long Time Gone, that was section 1. This is section 2. And then section 3. And below that is section 4. So that section, as you see, is completely finished on the quilt. And I'll bring that up a little closer so that you can see them a little better. All small, tiny pieces in that. Which you saw some of these blocks being made along the way, but there again are some of those pineapple blocks that were so much fun to do. I think I have 9 more of the pineapple blocks to do. So that was also completed this week. There are sections 5 and 6 left to do, and then there are 3 scrappy borders that will go around that, and then it will be ready to be quilted as well. Oh, let me see, what else did I get done? Oh, we did the second block in my Facebook group, Friends of Captain Stitches, Quilting Stitching Bee. I am doing a block of the month for them, and this was block 2, which is called the Mosaic block. The name of the quilt is Stars and Chains, and I also wrote a simplified, alternate simplified version of the instructions this week on that. So that was another thing that was completed. And as you see, whoops, I am doing mine in Christmas fabrics. So that was also completed this week. And then, of course, we always have our embroidery stitch of the week. And this week was fern stitch. So that was just a larger version of it. And then I did this little smaller version of it as well. And along with that, we also have a crochet stitch of the week. Let me get this out so I can reach over here. And this week it was the granny stripe stitch. Strip, excuse me, granny strip. So this is also completed. We are doing 13 rows of that. And if I drop this down without dropping the entire quilt and turn it around, you can see the other sections of that sampler afghan that we have done as well. And then one of the other things, last but not least, working still on Over the River and Through the Woods. And you see these two middle sections of blocks here. I had the blocks complete, and now I have stitched, okay, the top row of those together. So you can see that, and also the bottom row. That is the bottom row. And not sewing the sashing strips on that yet, because those will actually get attached to the embroidery sections of that first. So I believe that is all and everything that I accomplished in the cottage this week. I also did some reorganizing over in a corner that just seems to keep getting cluttered in here, and I can't figure out a good way to do that. So I have come to the decision that there are some craft items over in that corner that I really do not use anymore. So instead of those taking up that space that could be used for other things instead to keep it even more organized in my stitching cottage, I'm going to start packing up some of that. And I do have the overhead loft storage in here, so I'm going to pack those up. I'm not going to get rid of them, because you know how it is. Every time we think, oh, I'm not going to use that anymore, later on we decide, oh, I wish I hadn't gotten rid of that. So I'm going to pack it up and I'm going to store it in the loft storage overhead, out of the way, but where I can still have access to it if I decide that I do need it at some point. And then I'm going to reorganize a few things and use that space and the space in the cabinet where I will be removing some of that more efficiently for the things that I do use on a daily, weekly basis. So there you have it, my week in review on what has been going on in the stitching cottage this past week. I hope that you were all able to get some of your projects either completed or in a further stage of completion, that you were able to spend time in your sewing, crafting space, doing some happy stitching or whatever it is you enjoy doing. And that those of you that are working along on some of these projects with me will be able to share what you have completed on them in the album section in our Facebook group. So If you are interested in that Facebook group, remember that the link for that is always in the description box below, so you can find it there. And then you will be able to join in and follow along in everything that we do there. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. See you later. Bye-bye.